Hi, and welcome to the Owatonna Today Show. I'm Shelley Whitehead. So glad you could join us today. We are coming to you 6 days a week right here on Charter Channel 8. If for some reason you cannot see us on there, we're always uploaded to YouTube and blip.tv. And when you like us on Facebook, the great thing is Leanne uploads the most recent episode right to your Facebook page so you can see what's going on in your community easily and quickly. We do want to thank you for joining us today and let you know that we're always looking for new and interesting ideas. So if you have a community service event or something going on in your own life that you'd like to see featured right here on the Owatonna Today Show, all you got to do is send us an email at owatonnatoday@charter.net or give Leanne a call at 390-5751, and we'll look at that and see what we can do to get you on the air. It could be a lot of fun. We do have a good show for you today. We're going to be speaking with Tanya Paley and the Safe and Drug-Free Coalition, as well as Tiffany Buszta, who is Miss South Central Minnesota. Is that right? Yes. I'm making stuff up, but she's right there, and I can read her thing, so we're good. So we're going to be talking to her about her book. So stay with us, and we'll be right back on the Owatonna Today Show.
Hi, I'm Jody Voisin with the staff at Fairview Animal Medical Center, your other family doctor. Fairview Animal Medical Center is a proud supporter of the Owatonna Today Show.
Recreational fires are allowed within the Owatonna city limits. They must be contained within a fire pit or a device designed for such use, and can be 3 feet in diameter and no more than 3 feet high. They must be 25 feet from a building or combustibles. Only untreated or unpainted woods must be used. Fires must be attended by a person at all times that are capable of extinguishing the fire. This has been a safety tip from the Owatonna Fire Department.
Hi, we're Mark and Becky Stevens of the Owatonna Pizza Ranch.
And we support the Owatonna Today Show.
And we're back on the Owatonna Today Show. I have with me Tanya Paley. Hi.
Good morning, Miss Shelley.
How are you?
I'm doing great.
Oh, we were talking a little bit earlier. She just got back from Denver, where I'm going to spend the summer. I'm so excited that you got to enjoy Colorado a little bit.
What a great place. Yeah.
So good. Well, and you're going to go back, right?
Yeah, someday.
Okay, good. Maybe when I'm there, we'll go have lunch. So we're
good.
here to talk about Safe and Drug-Free Coalition. So, but again, like I like to do, is would you do a quick introduction of yourself and let everyone know who you are?
Sure. So I am the project coordinator for the Steele County Safe and Drug-Free Coalition, which means I'm the paid person that coordinates all the volunteers and all the activities that we do throughout the year.
How many volunteers do you have?
Gosh, I know we had thousands of volunteer hours last year.
Yeah. And that's working within the school district, working without the school district, doing different things like an event you have coming up.
Yep. So one of our groups of volunteers are parents. And our parents group, last year we had a talk where we brought in somebody from the cities, and this year we decided we would do more of a local flavor. And so the parents have been working with me on, what they thought would be a good topic and a good talk. And it looks like this will become an annual event. So we're having the lunch. It's coming up soon. So it'll be on May 30th at the Owatonna Country Club. And we are partnering this time with Fernbrook Family Centers here in town. So it's an opportunity for them to also showcase what they do and answer some questions that our parents group had. So we asked Fernbrook kind of what would be the takeaways from this talk. The title of the talk, as you see there on the screen, is Nurturing Normal.
What is normal, really?
Yes, well, we know there are many different versions of normal, but there is also something kind of outside of normal. And I have to tell you, as a parent, I often am thinking to myself, is that normal?
The teenage years, as we were talking, is such a transitory time. I think I made up a word. People are really working, children are just changing internally, things are changing externally, and so finding that normal and what that means for a student in their own lives, I think, is imperative.
Sure. And it's really about nurturing a healthy teenager and helping our kids transition to, as you said, all the different phases of being a teenager. So, so if you've ever wondered if your teenager's behavior is normal, this would be a good time to come and talk with other parents and hear what we have 3 speakers that are going to talk that day. Mary Morgan, who has been at Fernbrook since 2011 and is currently a coordinator in Rice County, but she also does some work here. And Lisa Walker, who is the Steele County Clinical Director at Fernbrook, and she has a master in social work. And then Katati Tamba, who I understand has been doing an internship with Fernbrook, and he's been there for over 2 years, though, so obviously...
That's a long internship.
Yeah. He's a mental health practitioner and a clinical trainee. That's what it is.
Okay.
So the three of them are going to be addressing, first of all, just kind of developmental milestones from 13 to 18. What are those, as you were saying, those changes that happen, and kind of what normal is at 13 is not the same as 18, of course.
No.
And so that's the first thing, is just understanding kind of what, do you remember that book, What to Expect When You're Expecting?
Yes. Yes.
This is what to expect when you have a teenager.
When you're teening, I don't know.
Yes. So that's the first thing. And then secondly, they are going to talk about, now that we kind of know what to expect, what are some things that you might look for and be maybe a little more concerned about. So they did want to touch on depression and anxiety and some of those things that can kind of rear their heads as our kids get a little bit older, and some signs of that. And then the last thing is really what you can do, because we always want to know what we can do, right?
Yeah, fix it. Yeah, exactly.
So what can you do as a caring adult? And you don't need to be a parent to come to this talk, by the way. You could be someone who works with teenagers. You could be, like, we have some people from the schools that are coming, big brothers, big sisters. If you're in your church working with teenagers, or you could be a grandparent or just an interested aunt or uncle or whatever. So I just wanted to make that clear. So what can you do in whatever role you have to help to strengthen the resilience of that person, that young person that you care about? Help them to get the skills and the confidence that they need to be able to navigate this time.
Well, I think it's so interesting. I love that you have this parent support group, because I think sometimes as parents we feel insulated. We see our kids' friends, and maybe we know them, but we don't know what's going on in their home. And so sometimes we feel like we're all alone. But having these kind of conversations, okay, no, you are doing, okay, that's going through, you're having that too, helps parents kind of understand really what is normal, in the sense of, if your child does have abnormal behavior, what can you do about it? And the only way to know is to talk about it. And I know, folks, so this is from 11:30 to 1 on the 30th, but I know last year folks kind of walked out together and were talking about it and kind of hung around afterwards. So we want to foster that informal communication too between parents. And when is this again?
It is Thursday, the 30th of May, again at the Owatonna Country Club from 11:30 to 1. There is lunch at the beginning of that, so from 11:30 to about noon will be lunch, and they're just setting up a buffet. So there will be a $10 charge just to eat lunch at the country club, and because of that, we need to have a count that we're going to give the country club. So if they could call the United Way, 455-1180, and let us know who's coming, and bring a friend, make it a fun time. And if you can't be there for the whole time from 11:30 to 1, certainly try and come at least for the lecture. We're not trying to make any money on this. We just saw the lunch piece as being, we know that people might be working and they might need to get some food.
I've heard food is important. I don't know.
So anyway, so please do RSVP. We need that RSVP by Friday of this week, so that since we have the holiday coming up, so that we can kind of give that count early next week. So hopefully by Friday of this week, if you need to, call on Tuesday, but 455-1180, the United Way RSVP, and come to our lunch.
And so basically, what you're looking at is anybody who is trying to kind of help. You said a word, and I love this word, is resilience. If somebody's trying to help a child become resilient. Explain a little bit more what you mean about that.
Sure. And I'm sure these folks can say a lot more than I can, but what I have in mind when I'm thinking about that, there's been some work that's been done by the Search Institute up in the Twin Cities, where they talk about developmental assets, just different things that are assets to kids as they go through this. And so some of those are communication skills. Some of them are having relationships with multiple adults, like I think they say 3 or more adults in a child's life can make a huge difference. So that resilience, that ability then, if they have those things, if they have those assets, that we can help them develop, or we can kind of look for where we could find them in our community. If they have them, then they're much more likely to feel confident in themselves, to have the skills, maybe it's stress management, maybe it's realizing how to kind of take a couple deep breaths, that kind of stuff, that make them much more likely than, you know, because really for the Safe and Drug-Free Coalition, what we know is if we just go out there and say don't do drugs, you know, that it's, of course, right? But why do our teenagers make those choices? Well, one of the reasons is that they may feel overwhelmed by what's going on in their lives, or they may feel like they don't fit in, and that's a way to fit in. So we're trying to take a step back from don't do drugs to say, what can we do to build resilience in our teenagers? So when they come to that decision, they'll know, they'll have the ability to make that right choice. The confidence in themselves. Right, exactly.
Again, give me the details of when this is happening.
Okay, one more time. It is Thursday the 30th. And it's at the Owatonna Country Club, and you can call and save a seat, 455-1180. That's the United Way where my office is.
Okay. Summertime, I'm guessing, is a really big time when kids start getting out and maybe getting in a little trouble. Do you have a quick tip? We only have a little bit of time. A quick tip for parents as we head into the more warmer season?
Well, the first thing I would say is they still need a curfew. I would give them a curfew and make sure that they know that somebody's going to be there when they get home. Because that's a good excuse, first of all, for them to say, I'm sorry, I can't. Mom's going to be home. She's going to know that I got in trouble. So that's one quick tip. We have a bunch of ideas on our Facebook page. So check that out, Steele County Safe and Drug-Free Coalition Facebook page. Okay. And maybe we can give some more tips next time.
I think that's a great idea. Well, we'll do that. Okay. Thank you so much, Tanya. It's so a pleasure seeing you again.
Thank you, Shelley.
And we will be right back with the Owatonna Today Show. Please stay with us.
Hi, this is Dave Efforts with TPS Insurance, and we are proud supporters of the Owatonna Today Show.
I didn't just want another job, I wanted a career, so I expressed myself.
I was new to town and I didn't know where to turn for a job, so I decided to express myself.
I decided to express myself, and they helped find the right career for me.
Express Employment Professionals is in contact with thousands of companies in need of quality employees. Come in now and get the job you deserve.
Express yourself today.
Coda Living Community and Park Place Senior Living are Owatonna's premier living communities for seniors. Coda Living Community, located on the Owatonna Hospital and Mayo Clinic campus, provides short-term, long-term, and rehabilitative care. It features private and semi-private rooms, ceiling lifts, and spa. Coda Living Community continues the tradition of providing quality care to area residents. Park Place Senior Living is expanding into the Cedarview Care Center to offer enhanced assisted living. For more information, please call 507-446-4946.
Hi, I'm Doug Johnson with the Owatonna Business Incubator. We're here to help small businesses start and to grow. We're a proud sponsor of the Owatonna Today Show.
Hi, I'm Ron Clancher with Clancher & Son Landscaping and Concrete. We support the Owatonna Today Show, and so should you.
And we're back with the Owatonna Today Show. I am Shelley Whitehead. I have with me Tiffany Buszta. Hi.
Hi, Shelley. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Great, thank you.
First of all, you look all sparkly and beautiful, so why don't you let everybody know who you are and what you're doing here today?
I am Miss South Central, and I am here, thankfully, to talk about my children's book. It's called The Adventures of Jack and Jill, Learning to Give Back, and actually highlights 2 third graders' journey to learning to give back in their community, at school, and at home with their family.
Well, let's define that from the beginning. So let's start off, when you say give back, what do you mean by that?
By promoting beneficial to others, just giving back through at home, serving others through their communities, possibly donating things to groups that may not have anything, or just serving others in the aspect of giving of yourself to others that may need it.
And I know oftentimes someone in your position is giving back a lot
yes.
throughout the year.
Yes.
Why is it important for you to foster this in young kids and hence the book?
Well, what's incredible with the Miss America organization, it's a service-focused organization, and that's exactly what we do as title holders. We give back. We serve our communities that we represent and ultimately serve our state and our nation. Mm-hmm. And this year I've been able to do 154 appearances about service work because that's where my passion lies in this organization, is the service aspect. The crown is beautiful and the dresses are beautiful, but at the end of the day, it's the people that you're representing and the people that this crown is representing, my southern Minnesota communities.
So you're almost a little bit like a politician in a way.
Yeah, I would say that very carefully, yes.
But you represent the community from which you're from, and that's exactly what politicians do.
My constituents are. My constituents are of South Central Minnesota. Yes, and these communities have been incredible. Every appearance that I do here, they're so welcoming, and they're warm, and they just open their arms to everything that I'm doing, and we've been able to make a lot of concrete advances in service work with Beyond the Yellow Ribbon, Big Brothers Big Sisters. It's been an incredible 10 months representing South Central Minnesota.
Why is it important for kids to understand to give back?
Because at a young age, 67% of children are more likely to be successful in their future if they're giving back at a young age. And actually right now, that's why I go into schools right now. I'm promoting these children getting involved. They're doing it in Waseca and Owatonna and Medford. All of these schools are providing service projects for these children to be involved in, but the children don't know that they're doing it. And that's where my book comes in, because it highlights mitten drives and penny drives for children that may be at Gillette Children's Hospital, because that's our national partner. Mm-hmm. And all of the proceeds from my book are going to Gillette Children's Specialty Healthcare in St. Paul.
Okay, tell us the story of the book.
Well, Jack and Jill, actually, it's written after my dad and my aunt. My dad is Jack and my aunt is Jill, so it really encompasses their personalities. And what it is they, once again, too, are doing service projects in school, but they're not realizing it. And so I walk through the book. Each page walks through different service projects that they do, and they see others giving back. They see their older peers donating food for the food drive. They see their neighbors raking others' yard. They get to school and they're doing a penny drive with their teacher to give back to one of the students that is at Gillette in a sense, at Gillette Children's Hospital. So it's just an incredible, incredible book to be able to relate to these children and get them to understand in a way that is on their level, about service to others.
What is, that's so interesting to me. My kids go to a school and they do a can drive, and that helps money for the school, but I think you're right. I think there's a disassociation from the kids of, completely, we're bringing these cans here, I get pizza. That's what they associate, is that we got enough cans, we get pizza. But then taking it to that next level to help them see what it actually benefits does kind of change their perspective, not only in their own lives, but on the world, doesn't it?
Completely. In almost every single school appearance that I've done, there's been a patient from Gillette Children's Specialty Healthcare in these classrooms. And they're able to stand up and say, I go to Gillette. Thank you so much. This is so fun. This is where money is going for great crafts or great activities. And to be able to connect with these students and say, as we read the book, can you tell me something that you've done at home, in school, with your families, with your friends? And they will be able to raise their hand and say, yes, I donate food, but I didn't know why. My mom just gave me canned goods. I donated old coats that didn't fit anymore, but I didn't know why. And it's wonderful to be able to see these kids now connect what they're doing with who it's benefiting in the end.
Because that's the key to have them continue to do so, is having the who they affect in the end.
Exactly. It's about them building that passion for service work at a young age, to know what they're doing, something as small as donating canned goods, donating their coats, donating loose change that they find in the couch, is going to benefit somebody long-term versus just within themselves.
Oftentimes, I think kids are such giving people anyway. And so to help them, they even are, do you find them being more passionate when they find what the end result really is about? Do you see the kids kind of get on fire for that kind of thing?
Oh, completely. They get so excited when I go into these classrooms and we make cards for Gillette Children's Hospital, or we talk about Pennies for a Purpose, the penny drives that I've been doing in the classrooms. So they're able to connect that with helping others, helping children their age. And when they realize, okay, well, giving back is fun, then they want to do it more versus just having their parents, having their family give them things to donate to their classrooms, making the children understand why giving back is so important. And that way the adults are learning as well as a fun activity for them and their families versus just teaching their kids, because we know kids don't often listen or want to listen.
Clean your room, why?
Exactly. So give them a purpose for why they're doing it and then let them build their own passion for it.
If a parent is interested in doing that kind of thing, what are some keys, what are some ideas that you have for them to do that?
It's sitting down with your children and making them understand or explaining to them why they're donating their mittens, why they're donating loose change, why they're going to go help their neighbors do service projects. It's about doing it with the children as a family, as a group of people, but helping them understand why they're doing it, what the purpose is, versus just saying, okay, let's go help the neighbor rake his yard because he can't. Okay, let's help the neighbor rake his yard because of this or this.
That's so interesting. Like you said, this Miss America program is very service-oriented. And in your past year, because your year's almost up, what have you seen for yourself how have you grown in this last year?
These last 10 months, I was thinking this morning, I've been Miss South Central for 10 months, and the growth has been astonishing for me. I'm able to get up in front of a group of people with or without the crown, and to be able to represent a point that service work is so important, to represent my opinions, my views in a respectful way, and to truly be able to represent what this organization is about. Before this title, I probably would have not felt as comfortable doing it. I am a marketing major, so I've been able to give presentations, but to be able to stand up there and truly believe in your convictions and what you're presenting and what you are doing with the crown or without the crown has been one of the biggest keys of my year.
I know it seems that pretty obvious that you've impacted other kids and maybe changed their lives to do service work, but I kind of imagine you've also impacted your own life and that you will not be the same person and that you'll go forward in a different way as well.
Completely. When I got involved in this organization, it was because my father had been deployed to Iraq in 2007. It was one of the most emotional times in my life, and service work provided me an outlet to get over that, to really come to terms with what was going on in my family and my personal life. And from that, it's only grown, it's only evolved, and this organization has helped that. So after this is over, I'm actually going to continue a scholarship for service work to the Miss South Central committee or group contestants for someone that has really shown a commitment to service work in South Central Minnesota because of the amazing communities that they have the opportunity to represent if they were chosen.
What's next for you, Tiffany?
Well, Miss Minnesota is June 8th, I leave, so I'm getting ready for that, just finalizing details until it comes down to the weeks right before you don't realize how much work you've put in these last 10 months. And after that, I'll continue my title if I do not win Miss Minnesota, continue my title until August, and from there, working full-time and continuing with service work and continuing to support this amazing organization.
And so what is your goal? Where do you want to be when you grow up?
Oh, well, right now, it's been incredible. I'm working with Care 11, their fan van, which is new. So we go to sporting events and promote the Care 11 brand in these communities and showcase that we're really a viewer brand. We are for the viewers. So continuing just to work, whether that's with Care 11 or another organization, and make sure that whatever I'm doing is meaningful in my job and in my life. So just continuing on the path I'm going, I'm really grateful for everything I've been offered this year.
You were telling me you have a fun event coming up this week.
Yes. So actually next Friday is my second Night of Honor concert. I hosted my first one in Waseca at Christ Community, and all of the proceeds raised, it's a Goodwill donation concert, and all of the proceeds raised go to Children's Miracle Network and Gillette's Children's Specialty Healthcare in St. Paul. And this concert, we have amazing stories of adversity and overcoming those adversities to encourage and inspire others through the different stories. And it's been these concerts have just been a way to solidify why my title is so important and why service work is so important, to have these people stand up there and give their personal stories of why they want to help others and why they want to inspire others.
So concert, who will be singing?
Yes, well actually it is a Night of Honor recognition and talent. So in between each inspiring story, we do a talents. We have everything from singers to dancers. Actually, my sister Queen Karina Swigum won Miss Minnesota's Outstanding Teen.
Okay.
She was Miss South Central's Outstanding Teen, and she will be performing.
Nice. And give me the details for that really quick.
That is Friday, May 31st at Richfield Methodist Church in Minneapolis.
Good. Thank you so much for your time. And if people want more information, they can go to your Facebook
my
page
website or my
website.
Facebook, which will be on the screen.
Awesome. You have a great day.
Thank you so much,
Good
Shelley.
luck.
Thank you so much.
It's going to be awesome. Thank you for your
being
work.
here.
We'll be right back with the Owatonna Today Show. Please stay with us.
Hi, Warren Abraham, Abraham Consulting Technologies, your one-stop technology shop. We support the Owatonna Today Show.
Owatonna Public Utilities, real people, real reliable, real progress. Making life a little easier day after day, taking pride in our community, listening to what you say, a voice you can talk to. We're growing with you in mind in everything we do. Owatonna Public Utilities.
Hello, I'm Sean McNulty. And I'm Deb Gillard with Brookdale Senior Living, Sterling House, and Clarebridge of Owatonna. And we are a proud sponsor of the Owatonna Today Show.
And we're back with the Owatonna Today Show. I want to give you some quick community service announcements for your area. Smokin' in Steele County is coming up May 31st to June 1st. It's a pancake breakfast on June 2nd. It's here in Owatonna. Lisa Mann and her really good band will be featured, as well as the Altered Five, the fabulous Love Handles, the Kelly Ritchie Band, the Rusty Wright Band, Anthony Gnomes, Johnny Neal, the Mark Cameron Band, Mike Fugazi, Don Scott and Curtis Blake, Dave Lambert, and Annie Mac Band. So much music coming up. It's at the Beer Garden stage, $10 in advance for both days, $8 at the door. There's also going to be all sorts of other events that are free. There's on-site camping. There's a breakfast on Sunday, a 5K fun run, ACO cornhole tournament, blues. It's also a half-K kids run, blues for kids and kids Q competition. If your kids like to barbecue, it would be a great opportunity. Hot rod garden tractor pool, antique tractor parade. Also, helicopter rides. I'll be there. It's at smokeandsteel.com if you want more information. Again, May 31st to June 1st. Sounds like a really great time. The 35th annual Young Life Golf Tournament is happening. It's a 4-person scramble on Saturday, June 15th at the Brook Tree Golf Course. It's a prize and contest as well. They're looking for the longest drive, closest to the pin, longest putt. You don't get to kick the ball, sorry. Double your money, recognition or flight champions, door prizes, mulligans available. You can get your foursome together now. It's an 8:30 a.m. shotgun start. It's $85 for adults. Students are $50. It does include 18 holes of golf, a cart, participation gift, lunch, refreshments on the course, as well as a bunch of fun. For more information, you can contact the Young Life office at 451-9401, and that is coming up on Saturday, June 15th. And a reminder, a Meals of Hope, a community meal for anyone who may need it, is served Sunday evenings at Trinity Lutheran Church from 5 to 6:30. I want to thank you so much for joining us today. We're going to be coming back on Friday with a look at the United Way update, as well as John Hammer talking about that smoking in Steele County. See you then.